and welcome to the Travel Show with me, Krista Larwood, coming to you this week from the sunny Thames Riverside. This is the perfect place to watch the world go by and also a great place to catch up on some of our recent adventures here on the Travel Show. Here's a taste of what's coming up.
I'm actually scared. It's incredible.
Well, let's kick off with just some of those trips. In a moment, we'll see Mike in Bulgaria, getting an exclusive look inside one of the most famous abandoned buildings in the world. And then we'll head to Johannesburg with Lucy to explore a once neglected and crime-ridden skyscraper that's been reborn and become a symbol of success in South Africa. First up though, we'll start right here in London, where tourists have been discovering more and more vegan options on their menus. We sent Addie out for a taste test.
It's no ordinary bus tour. This is a vegan afternoon tea bus tour, offering a vegan version of the traditional British afternoon tea on an iconic red Routemaster bus. What a way to see those sights. A fellow passenger on board today is Dominica from the Vegan Society.
How has veganism managed to attract the next generation? What is it that has changed? Because it's been around for a long time, hasn't it?
Yes, veganism has actually been around for 70 years, which not many people are aware of. But I think we live in the digital age of information where you log into your social media accounts and you're bound to see something about veganism at some point. I think a lot of people sort of start to understand that animals are not here for us, they are here with us on this planet that we share with them. And as you can see, we can have all the things that meat eaters have, which is cake and some sandwiches. You can basically veganize anything that you want.
All I heard there was cake. I heard nothing else. You know, it's cake and that sounds good to me. Vegans do cake. I'm sold. So normally to make a cake, you have milk, eggs. What would you do to replace that for a cake like this in veganism?
So a vegan cake contains all the normal ingredients that you would expect a cake to contain. But for example, instead of dairy milk, you might want to use almond or soy milk. And you'll be surprised to hear that replacing eggs is as simple as mashing up a banana, because eggs are used as a binding product rather than for flavor. So the banana has a similar consistency to eggs.
This is good. This is good. A tour bus around London eating food that will help us live forever.
That's well said.
Okay, maybe not live forever, but a plant-based diet can have some health benefits.
Today, I'm traveling to the center of Bulgaria, to a place that's lain forgotten for decades. That could become one of the most popular tourist draws in the entire country. With me is architect Dora Ivanova. She's an expert on the site.
I'm excited. Woo! It's been a long time I wanted to come here. Wow. It is massive, isn't it?
At 70 meters high and 60 meters wide, Bulgaria looks out across the Balkan Mountains. Completed in 1981, it was built as an iconic national monument to glorify the Communist Party. It's here because this was the birthplace of the Bulgarian socialist movement.
This is powerful, powerful architecture.
Following the collapse of the regime, the building was abandoned and later shut off to the public as it fell into disrepair. Recently, the only people to have seen inside have been a select group of photo-hungry urban explorers who have broken in illegally.
This is a really big deal today. The Travel Show is the first international TV crew to be allowed in the front doors of Bulgaria. So we are very excited, we are very lucky to be able to do so. And now's the time. You ready? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wow.
Here it is.
Me first?
Welcome.
It's seen better days, hasn't it?
Definitely.
It cost the equivalent of $35 million in today's money to build Buzluca. Since it was abandoned, the years, they haven't been kind.
Dora, it's incredible. There's some work to do, obviously, but it's still very impressive.
Look at these 50 square meters of mosaics right on top. There is the symbol of communism actually with hammer and sickle, and you can read in Cyrillic around it, workers from the world unite.
Towering over the skyline is the continent's largest residential skyscraper, Ponte City. At more than 500 feet tall, with an iconic circular design, Ponte offers stunning views over Joburg. Now, tourists can visit a converted apartment on the 52nd floor.
All right, morning everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Frank. So welcome to Dlalanje. For those that don't know, Dlalanje is a Zulu word that means just play, okay? So before I get into the history of the building, what do you guys know about the building? What are some of the stories you guys had of the building?
Yeah, but also quite a lot of poverty, but fantastic views. And, also through Dlalanje, we heard there's a very cool tour to see the whole of Johannesburg and understand a bit more.
Okay, cool. So what we do is pretty much provide context. And this building we use, the reason why we start here, because we really like this building plays a huge part in the history of Joburg.
Dlalanje, the social enterprise that operate the tours, is run by a former resident.
I spent 3.5 years of my life in Ponte City. I moved here in 2012 after doing a story on what is this infamous landmark on the Johannesburg skyline. Ponte opened up its doors in 1975. And you know, it was built for the top 1% of society. There was saunas, there was wine cellars. This actually was the first floor of a 3-story apartment. Bulgaria, the specific suburb being where this building finds itself, has always been very cosmopolitan. And during apartheid, the government didn't want black people to partake in certain sectors of the economy. They imported a lot of skills. So what you had was a lot of like German engineers mixing with Portuguese artisans, anybody like immigrants, expats coming here and just making a life for themselves. Very, very diverse. And also what it resulted in was a lot of racial mixing as well.
The foreign residents brought with them more liberal values and less regard for the apartheid laws. According to Nicholas, the government reacted by cutting off services to the building. As many white residents left for the suburbs, Ponte's fortunes declined.
No running water, no electricity. And this is when you hear the really crazy ass stories that we were brought up on in Johannesburg in the 80s and the 90s about this building, building being the place where angels fear to tread, you know? Because quite literally it was just, you know, a horrible place to stay.
No-go territory.
Exactly.
My parents moved in here before I was born, but
and what year was that?
that was in, my parents moved in here in 94. In 94 until 98, staying here was dangerous, whether you stayed in the building or you were visiting, because then people would rob people from corridors and the lifts were not working. They were staying on the 23rd floor.
It wasn't until the late 2000s that the building was cleared and renovated. How would you say things have improved now?
Truth be told, so when my friend would tell me that, no, the building is nice and stuff, I'd be like, nah, I'm not coming, I'm not coming. The day I came, like I visited him and I saw his apartment, I was like, damn, I want to come back here.
Now it's home to a diverse range of people, including migrants from all over Africa, and Dlalanje operate a community centre on the ground floor.
Lucy in Johannesburg last month on The Travel Show. Up next, we're off to Jordan for the centenary of the culmination of the Great Arab Revolt, when much of the Middle East rose up against the Ottoman Empire. It was also the inspiration for the 1960s film Lawrence of Arabia. We sent Rajan back in July to see how the country is marking the anniversary.
This is a reconstruction of one of the original trains on the Hejaz Railway, and it used to carry pilgrims and supplies to the Ottoman troops. And I'm going to take a trip now through this stunning landscape. Oof. It's baking hot out there. Hope it's cool inside here. Check this out, every little boy's dream. This is a glorious feeling, huge, vast, arid desert around me, and these big granite mountains on either side, just how you imagined it. Horses. I'll go low. Whoa! That is loud. We cannot move. We have been well and truly hijacked. I tell you what, for a reenactment, it's pretty realistic. I'm actually scared, even though I know they're blanks. Okay, yep, I'm coming. What the hell? Hey! Yep, hands are up. Okay, I'm going, okay! I get it. Yep, okay, I'm all right. You can't just leave me here. I'm being abducted.
Rajan in Jordan, they're helping to recreate a bit of history back in July on The Travel Show. Up next, we're off to Japan to take a walk on the wild side and lower our blood pressure in the process. And Addie meets some YouTube sensations in Cairo. Now, one of the best parts about working on this program is getting to do the strangest things in some of the most unexpected places. Here are some stories that rather perfectly illustrate that point. In a moment, Carmen goes back to nature in the middle of Tokyo. And then Mike heads to a cafe in Manila where the menu is driven by your mood. But first, back in June, we sent Addie to Cairo to meet the young rappers who've become a YouTube sensation.
Maharagan means festive, it means festival, and it's very much a street music. It evolved from a previous genre called Shabi, means of the people or popular. And it's very, very unique to Egypt and specifically Cairo. It's loud and brash, and it has its roots that are quite similar to the way hip-hop evolved in New York.
Maharagan has launched the careers of a new generation of Egyptian music stars. And I'm about to meet a band who have had a hit that has had, get this, 125 million YouTube views. Joburg Lobik is a three-piece band from Alexandria. Hassan writes and composes the songs. His friend and collaborator Ahmed is one of the managers. And Ahmed's cousin Ferris is the singer. Despite these defined roles, they still have some creative differences. And what about your biggest hit single? What was it called?
ما تردي مكان وقف معلش من اول بقى تعال اقعد مكان انت يا استاذ فارس تعال اقعد مكان يا استاذ فارس
حسن اقعد يا عم حسن
يلا هي بتبقى موجودة مثلا في وسائل المواصلات عندنا في مصر وسائل المواصلات وهي ماشية يعني ايه بيحبوا يشغلوا أغاني وعبر وسائل
And what about abroad? Are you going to play in other countries? Will you come to the UK and play in some festivals?
طبعا اكيد مفيش مانع طبعا
ده شرف لينا
To try and tap into my inner calm, I'm hitting the road and heading to Okutama, a couple of hours' drive from the centre of Tokyo, to indulge in a spot of forest bathing, or what the Japanese call Shinrin-yoku. Forest bathing tours like this are becoming hugely popular with stressed-out Japanese office workers. The Forest Therapy Society has certified 62 forest therapy sites across Japan.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Masuzawa-san's tour includes meditation and deep breathing exercises.
So, okay, let's practice breathing methods. Inhale from nose and exhale mouth.
So this is just like hiking, isn't it?
No, it's not hiking. It's completely different. So, forest bathing is to feel nature. If you walk first, you can't feel anything from nature. So, observing everything, forest, plants, and listening the sounds of brook and birds, and smelling.
Oh. So go slow and take it all in.
Yeah.
The forest bathing movement is gathering momentum around the world as a hot new wellness trend. Clinical studies show it can reduce blood pressure, stress levels, as well as diabetes.
Shinrin-yoku is effective in preventive medicine. 心理よくするとストレスホルモンが減ります。そしてリラックスします。It's very effective for anti-aging.
Anti-aging?
Sure.
Oh, really?
So, what do you think? How old am I?
How old are you? Oh, dear.
Yeah.
This is tricky. I don't want to offend. 40, 45?
Oh. No, I'm 62
What?
years old.
You're 62?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I should go home, throw away all my creams, and just come back.
Yeah.
Before you even think of picking up a menu here, you're encouraged to get involved.
Oh, hi, welcome to Vanders by Polar.
Hi.
Yeah, are you checking around?
Dining alone tonight, yeah.
All right, okay. So first, I'll have to give you a map and for you to look around the place, if you like.
Step 1, take off your footwear. Check. Step 2, you're the life server.
Yeah, I am the life server. By the way, my name is Maricar.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and I'll be serving you tonight.
Step 3, pick a hat and wear it.
Yes.
It's like a performance in which you play a part. You choose a hat, make yourself a tee to match your mood, and write a message on the wall. So I write my deepest, darkest secret on the wall for everybody to see. Privacy, please. Come on now, guys. Van Gogh is bipolar is the brainchild of this man. Jetro Raphael is himself bipolar. It's a condition that used to be known as manic depression and can make your mood swing from one extreme to the other. But Jetro says this place is his therapy.
Mike, welcome to my kitchen. I call it the cuckoo kitchen.
Why the cuckoo kitchen?
Well, because I'm crazy. But it's just, you know, what I've learned and what I'm still learning in life. you have to somehow embrace your being, your authentic being, and with no shame. It has to be with grace and unconditional love.
For your main course, it's actually meant to make you calm. For tonight, it's made out of free-range chicken and fresh lamb from the farm of Jeto. That is your rice. It's called Black Mountain rice. It's one of the healthiest and rarest rice here in the Philippines.
All topped off with an alcoholic egg shot.
Hey, Tagay! Tagay!
No pressure, no pressure. Here we go. Ready?
Oh!
Hey, my man. How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
How's your experience?
It was delicious, delicious. You've come a long way. This restaurant for you has done what? What do you think you've achieved in life?
Life is more simple now, and that's a big change. Now I see me, I hear me, I feel me. The space serves as a safe haven for the community, for people who are lost, who are abandoned, and also we give them that sacred space that they needed, where they feel accepted, celebrated, and unconditionally loved.
Well, that's it for this week. I do hope you've enjoyed our look back at our recent travels on the show. Join us next week if you can, when
I'll be finding out how one of London's most iconic but humble tourist attractions could soon be disappearing.
If you say London, it's the telephone box.
The first thing that came to my mind whenever I heard something about Britain was either the Queen or their red phone booth.
So do join us then if you can. And in the meantime, don't forget you can keep up with us while we're out on the road in real time by signing up to our social media feeds. Details are on the screen now. But for now, from me, Krista Larwood, and the rest of the Travel Show team, it's goodbye.